Today's topic is uniform circular motion. Before we start uniform circular motion, let's consider what is actually uniform motion. Now, what is uniform motion? You all know that a motion in which a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, that motion is called uniform motion. But in a uniform circular motion, the body which is moving, the particle which is moving with a constant speed in a circular path, so particle moves with a constant speed but in a circular path. So this is a speciality, you can say. So body is still covering equal distances in equal intervals of time, but the path is not a straight line path. The path is a curved path, a circular path. That's why the speed of the particle remains constant, but the direction always keeps on changing. Now, how this happens? You can draw a circle on the ground or on the floor of your house only and start moving on that circle in clockwise or anti-clockwise, any direction you want to. Suppose like this, here we are moving on this circle. What happens when you move on a circle? You will find that at every step when you move, your face is towards different direction. So in a uniform circular motion, when a body moves, its direction of motion keeps on changing at every step, right? That's why we can say that in a uniform circular motion, what is constant? Speed is constant, but direction is not constant. That's why velocity is not constant. So you can call it at that it is a variable velocity motion or it is an accelerated motion. Why? Because acceleration is due to the change in velocity. And here the velocity is changing not due to change in speed, but the velocity is changing due to change in direction. I hope this thing is clear to you people, right? So underline this fact that when a particle moves in a constant speed in a circular path, its motion is said to be uniform circular motion. And in such a motion, velocity is non-uniform or variable. That's why it is called an accelerated motion. Next, he tries to make you understand that how the direction varies. Like he has drawn a circle and he has taken 4 points A, B, C, D. And if you judge these points, you'll find that these points are on the 4 quarters. Now, if the body, which is moving in anti-clockwise direction in this circle, takes time t to complete one circular motion, then from A to B, it will take t by 4 time. Similarly, B to C, t by 4. Similarly, C to D, t by 4. And D to A, t by 4. It means that in equal intervals of time, it is covering one quarter each time. It means equal distances in equal intervals of time. That's why we may say that speed is constant. But what is not constant again? The direction. And what is the direction of a uniform circular motion? At any instant of time, the body's or the particle's direction is along the tangent to that point. Whenever a body is moving, its direction at any point in a uniform circular motion is obtained by drawing tangent at that point, right? So mark this, right? So again, you may also see here like these 4 points are pointing towards the 4 directions: north, west, east, south. So different directions at different intervals of time. That's why the velocity is not constant. Next is the question which will be asked: what will be the difference between uniform circular motion and uniform linear motion? Now, in a uniform linear motion, when we say the body is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time, then we also say that it is moving in the same direction. That's why its velocity is constant, and that's why its acceleration is zero. In which motion? Uniform linear motion. But in uniform circular motion, velocity is not constant, it's changing, right? That's why it is an accelerated motion. So, this is the basic difference, that uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion, but the uniform linear motion is an unaccelerated motion. So, I hope the topic is clear to you people. One more italic line is there, mark this, that the velocity of the particle in a uniform circular motion is variable, or the circular motion is accelerated even though the speed is uniform. So the next topic is centripetal force and centrifugal force. Now these are the two kinds of forces which we will discuss today. First is centripetal or centripetal force, any way you may pronounce it. Now what is the meaning of centripetal force? You have read that whenever a body is in motion and you want to bring a change in the motion, whether you want to change the speed or you want to change the direction of motion, you need some force. It means here also, in a uniform circular motion, if a body is moving, we want to change the direction of motion at every step. This direction of motion cannot be changed itself. It means there must be some force acting on the body which will help the body to change its direction, because it has displacement in this direction, but the body comes to move on this track. It means a center seeking force, a force which is acting towards the center, is always required. So we will say the force which is always required by a body to be in uniform circular motion is called centripetal force. And how it acts? It always acts towards the center along the radius of the circle in which the body is moving. So, two things you need to learn from this topic, that centripetal force, which is also called center seeking force. Center seeking means towards the center it is acting. So, this force is required for the uniform circular motion of a particle, means any particle which is on any curved or any circular path, it always needs a force which is called centripetal force. And second thing which is important to know about its direction is towards the center along the radius, right? So mark these things in the book also. Firstly, the definition of centripetal force. The force, you may write yourself from this paragraph, form this definition. The centripetal force is a force acting on a body moving in a circular path in a direction towards the center of the circular path, and its direction is also mentioned here, right? Second thing which is important is, because the centripetal force is always acting towards the center, that's why it is responsible for bringing acceleration of the body, and that's why that acceleration is also variable, because of the change in direction of acceleration at each point of the circular path. Then comes the examples of centripetal force. So there are many examples where the body is always in a circular path, like in an atom, the electrons move around the nucleus in a circular path. And do you know which force provides centripetal force in an atom to the electrons towards the nucleus? That is the electrostatic force of attraction between the positively charged nucleus and negatively charged electrons. Because positively charged nucleus always attract the electrons towards itself. That's why electrons keep on moving in a circular path. Secondly, planet. Second example is planet. All the planets which are revolving around sun, they are attracted towards the sun due to a force which is providing the centripetal force. Necessary centripetal force is provided by the gravitational force of attraction between the sun and the planet. Similarly, any satellite moving around the planet, like moon revolving around earth, It is moving because of the centripetal force provided by the gravitational force of attraction of earth towards the moon. Last case is an example of a stone tied with a string, and you are whirling that stone in a horizontal circle, holding it like this, right? So here the tension force which is provided by, like you are holding that string, here is a stone, and at this point is your hand. So your hand provides a tension force to the stone, and the point where this you throw this stone or the string breaks, the stone moves towards the tangent after breaking. And as long as you keep on rotating it, you keep on providing this tension force, the stone keeps on moving due to the centripetal force provided by this tension force on the stone, and it keeps on moving in a circular motion. So this was all about the centripetal force, right? And in all these examples, the body is moving in a circular path with a uniform speed under the influence of centripetal force, and it is in the dynamic equilibrium. Next force is bacho centrifugal force. Now about the centrifugal force, you need to learn only two things. Number one, centrifugal force is not a real force. It is only a fictitious force, and it is not a reaction force of centripetal force, because sometimes some of the books have said that it is a reaction of centripetal force. No, it is not, and it is not even a real force, because it is not experienced by everyone. Only the body which is itself in a circular frame or rotating frame, or rotation you can say itself, only that body can assume, can predict, or can experience this force. Otherwise, to the other observers which are outside the rotational motion, they will never experience this force. Still, centrifugal force we define. How do we define the centrifugal force? So centrifugal force, which is a fictitious force, it is not a real force, it is a force which always acts away from the center. And its definition can be written like this only. You may write, I will write it, and you may copy it, right? Okay, it's there in the book also. Mark it from here. A force which is assumed to be acting on the body in a direction away from the center of the circular path is called centrifugal force. So only definition is this, that its direction is away from the center along the radius again, and it is only assumed to be acting along this direction, because only that observer will observe which is moving along with the rotating body. Now let us give an example of this. An experimental example is given here. Suppose this is the disc of a merry-go-round, and an observer is here sitting on this point of the merry-go-round. The observer is holding a stone or a ball tied with a string in his hand. Now, when this merry-go-round will rotate, when this disc will rotate, the observer which is holding this ball, at he will find at some moment that this ball is in front of it. Now as the moving tray will rotate, he will also rotate, his face will also rotate, and some other instance of time he will again find this ball are always in front of him, because he is holding this ball in his hand. Now in this situation, because he is holding this ball, he can see that the ball is always in front of him. Now a man which is who is standing on the ground, to this man this ball is simply rotating, and he will not experience any force acting towards the center, right? यहाँ तक सबको समझ आ गया? Is everyone able to understand this situation?
Excuse me, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, but please explain the situation again. Please this again. हाँ जी, हाँ जी. I will explain. Okay. Anyone who has understood? Anyone who has understood?
I'm the one who is on merry-go-round will see that the ball is in front of him, whereas the man on ground will see that ball is rotating.
Yes, only this much I have told, right? Now, if you are holding a ball and the ball is tied to a string and you are holding a ball, it will be in front of you because you are also turning like this. अगर आप यहाँ पे हो जहाँ मेरी finger है और ये ball है and it is turning like this, right? Okay. Now this is a simple case फिलहाल तो ये simply हम यही बात कर रहे हैं और आपके सामने वो बॉल पड़ी है और आप जैसे से आप घूम रहे हो बॉल भी घूम रही है तो आपको तो हमेशा अपने सामने ही नजर आ रही है वो बॉल। ठीक है, आपको फील ही नहीं होगा कि वो घूम रही है। इट इज सिंपली दैट केस लाइक इन अ बस और इन अ कार और इन अ ट्रेन। ट्रेन में आप बैठे हैं, आपके सामने एक पैसेंजर बैठा है, आप इधर बैठे हैं, ठीक है, और ट्रेन मोशन में है, राइट। आपको तो ये लगेगा ना ये हमेशा मेरे सामने ही है और मैं बैठी हुई हूँ तो ये भी बैठा हुआ है, मतलब बोथ ऑफ अस आर ऑन रेस्ट। हमें तो ये मोशन समझ ही नहीं आएगी, राइट। नाउ इफ एन ऑब्जर्वर इज स्टैंडिंग ऑन द प्लेटफॉर्म, उसको क्या लगेगा कि अगर वो ट्रेन आगे जा रही है तो आप दोनों ही उसको लगेगा आप मोशन में हो, आप आगे जा रहे हो, ठीक है। सो फिलहाल ये सिचुएशन है कि इस मैन को लग रहा है कि आप भी ऐसे से घूम रहे हो और ये भी बॉल गोल गोल घूम रही है। नाउ द मोमेंट दिस स्ट्रिंग ब्रेक्स, जैसे ये बॉल का ये जो धागा था ये ब्रेक होएगा तो आप फिर से इसके साथ साथ घूम रहे हो तो आपको क्या लगेगा कि ये बॉल में से दूर जा रही है। अभी भी स्टिल आपको आपके सामने ही नजर आ रही है बिकॉज वो आप रोटेशन में हो ऐसे ऐसे, ठीक है, आप रोटेशन में जा रहे हो, आपका फेस घूम रहा है और ये वाले बंदे को नहीं लगेगा कि बॉल आपके सामने है या आपसे दूर जा रही है। आपको फील हो रहा है कि बॉल में से दूर जा रही है, बट ये वाले ऑब्जर्वर को क्या फील होगा कि बॉल जहां पे स्ट्रिंग ब्रेक हुई उस पॉइंट के टेंजेंट से बाहर आ गई। इज दिस थिंग क्लियर? इस मैन को ये टेंजेंशियल मोशन लग रही है कि वो अलोंग द टेंजेंट चली गई, बट आपको क्या फील हो रहा है बिकॉज आप रोटेटिंग फ्रेम में हो तो आपको फील होगा कि बॉल तो मेरे से अवे जा रही है। तो अब आप ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हो कौन सी फोर्स? सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स अवे फ्रॉम यू। ठीक है, तो हम कह रहे हैं सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स सर्कल के सेंटर से बाहर की तरफ लगती है, अवे फ्रॉम द सेंटर। बट वो ऑब्जर्व वही बंदा कर सकता है जो रोटेटिंग फ्रेम के अंदर बैठा हुआ है। बाहर वाले ऑब्जर्वर को कोई सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स फील नहीं होती है। इज दिस थिंग क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
क्लियर टू ऑल ना? ठीक है। सो दैट्स वाई बिकॉज नो,
Yes, ma'am.
because every observer cannot observe it, that's why it is called fictitious force। इसका नाम है fictitious force या फिर virtual force कहते हैं इसको, right? So इसका आंसर भी यही है। Why is it called a fictitious force? Because it is not observed by every observer, it is only considered by that observer who himself is in rotational frame, right? So please solve this exercise. It also tells you such questions which are similar to these questions which I have asked or I have discussed, and every answer is given. Let us say question number 13 we'll discuss. A piece of stone tied at the end of the thread is whirled in a horizontal circle and the uniform with a uniform speed with the help of hand. Answer the following questions. Is the velocity of the stone uniform or variable? Now you know that because it is in motion and direction is variable, so velocity is also variable. It's not uniform. Secondly, is the acceleration uniform or variable? Again, because in uniform circular motion, acceleration is always towards the center and always towards the center, but direction is always changing at every step because alag alag radius bante jayenge, right? So that's why the acceleration is also not uniform, it's variable. Then he is asking what is the direction of acceleration of the stone at any instant? Any instant का मतलब होता है continuous motion में किसी एक instant of time पे आपने direction देखनी है, that we can tell that at any instant direction is towards the center of a circular path along along the radius. What force does provide the centripetal force required for a circular motion? So कौन सी force है जो centripetal force provide करती है required for the circular motion in this case? इस case में कौन सी force centripetal force दे रही है? Tension force. Name the force and its direction which acts on the hand. अब hand पे कौन सी force लगेगी? हैंड पे कुछ बच्चे समझेंगे कि सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स लग रही है. नो, हेयर वी कैन से कि जो हैंड को फील होगा वो उस टेंशन फोर्स का रिएक्शन होगा, नॉट द सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स. ठीक है, क्योंकि आपके हैंड में स्टोन है, आप स्टोन को घुमा रहे हो, आप अपने हाथ से ऐसे पकड़ के स्टोन को घुमाओगे, ठीक है, टेंशन दोगे. स्टोन, आप स्टोन को अंदर की तरफ खींच रहे हो तो स्टोन आपको रिएक्शन देगा बाहर की तरफ, जिसकी वजह से बच्चों आपको अपने हाथ में यहाँ फिंगर पे एक पेन फील होगा. सो दैट इज द रिएक्शन ऑफ दिस टेंशन फोर्स. ठीक है, टेंशन इज इनवर्ड एंड रिएक्शन इज आउटवर्ड विच हर्ट्स यू. ठीक है, so such questions are there. Please go through this. And your test is tomorrow. Friday is your test day.
But you retain the group